Hey everybody,
Hello,
this is Phantom Saber,
and this is AllHailThrall.
and today I'm playing Sonic 3D Blast.
You will probably notice that this is not Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy, despite what we said at the end of the last playthrough.
We talked about it.
Yeah, we did talk about it. We made the executive decision that it's not a game that we can really do for the channel that is super... I can't take this screen seriously because of the beta version.
The derpy one.
Yeah, the derpy one. Those who know. But anyway, enough about the fact that what it's not. Let's talk about the fact of what it is.
Sonic 3D Blast. Definitely a 3D Sonic game, am I right?
3D Sonic game indeed, yeah. Or at least an attempt. But the big thing about this game is that it was actually not developed by Sega of Japan. This was actually developed by a company that you may have heard of if you are a fan of a lot of Lego games as of late. That company being Traveler's Tales.
Yep, and one of the key developers from Traveler's Tales made a
not just one of the key developers, the founder of Traveler's Tales, yes. John Burton.
He made a director's cut version of this game, and I'm playing the original though because
we're not playing the director's cut, but that is an interesting hack of the game.
Yeah, I'm going to be playing that at a later date, but I want to play how I remember the game when I had it as a kid.
Mm-hmm. And there are technically three versions of this game. We are specifically playing the Sega Genesis version of this game, the original. There's also the Saturn version and the PC port, which is mostly off of the Saturn version. But you guys probably weren't here to listen to us ramble off trivia. You were probably here to watch us play a game.
Let's get started. Flickies are mysterious birds. They can live in another dimension and can travel anywhere through large rings. Those of you that have played Sonic Adventure might recognize this song.
Yep.
Robotnik learns about the Flickies.
I will I will change the Flickies into robots and have them search for the Chaos Emeralds for me. Using the infinite power of the Emeralds, I can conquer the world!
Sonic visits Flicky Island to see his friends, but the only thing he sees that he finds are robots.
Uh-oh.
I love these animations.
Little kind of derpy little animations.
Yeah.
A little derpy Sonic, too.
Robotnik must have made my friends like this. I must save them. Robotnik must be stopped. I can't do a good Sonic voice. Sonic starts to defeat the enemies in order to rescue the Flickies who are trapped inside.
Like every Sonic game. But there's a difference with this one.
Go, Sonic! You can warp through the big rings with the help of the Flickies, chase after Robotnik and defeat his plans.
Now this will hint at the overall goal of this game. This game is not like most Sonic games where your goal is to get to the end of the stage. Your goal in every level, as you can see at the bottom right, that there are 5 badniks in each level, or in each section of the level. Your goal is to find each badnik, destroy them, and release the Flicky inside and collect them.
Yeah, see how this one follows me? I have to find all 5 of them and take them through the big ring.
Indeed.
And since this is an isometric Sonic game, I can't duck. I have to press a specific button to do a spin dash.
This game is very... Sorry about if you probably heard that. But anyway, this game is very, very, very technologically impressive for a Sega Genesis game. You probably saw at the very beginning of this playthrough the FMV cutscene that was playing with Sonic running along the island.
They had to be so compressed because it took up so much space on the cartridge.
It would have taken up, if they didn't compress it and do a bunch of other crazy tricks with it, it would have been 1.5 times bigger than the entire rest of the game.
Mm-hmm. Also, this shield that I have marks the first appearance of the homing attack.
Indeed. The other, the other interesting thing that connects this to the adventure games and the later 3D games is that the art designer for the 3D games got his start doing artwork for the Saturn port of this game. If you find his artwork, I don't remember the artist off the top of my head, but if you find the artwork, the artist's original Sonic art, it looks remarkably similar to the artwork from Sonic Adventure and onwards, complete with his trademark wacky posing. Now with the Flickies, the different colors of Flickies are not just for decoration.
Wait,
Each of the colors.
One? Oh, that's unusual.
That's a little unfortunate. If you get all of them in one thing, you get a big bonus.
I normally get them all in one thing. I wasn't paying attention.
That's fine. But yeah, each of the Flickies. Whoops. Each of the Flickies actually has their own behavioral patterns that you will need to keep in mind if they get separated from you.
Yeah.
Blue ones will home in on Sonic. And will make small circles if they're separated from Sonic. Pink ones are similar, aside from the fact that they will make larger circles. Red ones, which we haven't seen yet, will bounce around in set patterns. The worst ones are green Flickies. Green Flickies will just wander all over the dang place and be very hard to get.
And there's the end of the zone right there, but I'm not trying to end that level just yet. I'm trying to find Tails.
And you
and
probably
Knuckles.
noticed the fact that even when you bounced on that spring, you didn't bounce high enough to reach that Sonic head.
That's right.
Because the gimmick with those is if you have a long enough Flicky chain, the Flickies will bounce up too and help you get that collectible. I hope I don't sound like a boring tutorial for the first part of this, but it'll make things make a little more sense for when later.
Well, the thing is, like, this also isn't a traditional Sonic game, so you kind of have to explain how things work.
Yeah. Which probably leads to why this didn't get the best reception when it first came out.
Oh, not at all. Oh, damn it.
People criticized, in some ways, kind of rightfully, the controls, the camera. Basically, the attempt of making a 3D Sonic game on a system that was about 7 years old by this point. In fact, I believe Sonic 3D Blast was the last Genesis game ever made.
Really?
I could be wrong about that, but
That would explain a lot.
the fact that it was shortly afterwards made a launch title for the Sega Saturn. Admittedly, to make up for the fact that they were unable to release the intended Sonic launch title, Sonic Extreme, but the story of Sonic Extreme is a long and sordid tale that is for another time.
Yeah. But I
Needless
just
to say, there's a lot of messed up.
There he is. Yep. But I had this game as a kid, and I still adore this game, even if it's not very good.
Yeah, that's the thing. Everyone has their kind of like everyone has their kind of game where they know it's not a good game, but they enjoy it anyway because dang it, they had fun.
Yeah, that's all that really matters at the end of the day, right?
On a similar vein, one of my favorite childhood games was another Sonic game that happened to be also developed by Traveler's Tales and John Burton at the same time. That being Sonic R, which many people will know is not a great game, but it's fun.
I love the music in it, personally.
I love the music. Speaking of the music, holy walnuts. This game has a fantastic soundtrack.
I listened to the Saturn version of the songs, and while, I'm not familiar with them because I never had a Saturn growing up, I like the songs in that one as well.
The soundtracks in both the Sega Genesis version and the Sega Saturn version can honestly be compared to Sonic CD's two soundtracks.
Oh yeah, that definitely.
In the sense
I believe
that,
it's it's the same sort of deal.
The Genesis tracks sound more like what you would hear in a traditional Sonic game, whereas the Saturn tracks are more moody, atmospheric, and immersive, I guess.
Yeah, and each of them has their own distinct appeal, so
it depends on what you find more appealing in a Sonic game.
Yeah.
There are tracks that I honestly love way better in the Saturn version than than in the Sega Genesis version.
Which is fair.
For instance, I absolutely love the title music from the Saturn version.
Oh wait, I remember now. This is what sounds like I gotta go through the damn cannon. Yeah, and it's 50 rings, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I was wondering why I couldn't find him. I'm like, where the... I'm like, I know Knuckles is in this specific spot. I know for a fact.
And, oh yeah, another interesting fun fact. I know I'm going to be repeating myself a lot with... Not repeating myself, but listing off a lot of interesting fun facts. So, the thing about the Knuckles and Tails bonus stages...
They don't get more difficult because due to, I think, a programming oversight or a bug. I forget
the Tails ones get more difficult with themselves, and the Knuckles ones get more difficult for themselves, but they are mutually exclusive. The Tails one is about as difficult as the respective Knuckles one. So it only seems like it gets slightly harder because if you do both the Tails and Knuckles bonus stages, you're essentially cutting the difficulty curve in half.
Oh, is that why?
Yes. But that's not what I was going to bring up.
Oh, okay.
I was going to bring up the fact that originally the Tails bonus stages and the Knuckles bonus stages were intended to have two different themes. And John Burton, the guy who programmed this game, initially, like at one point, uploaded the original scratch track for the Knuckles bonus stage on his YouTube channel. And it turns out that they reused this stage for that unused track for a stage in Sonic Adventure 1.
Yep.
So there are technically 3 songs from Sonic Adventure 1 that are reused from Sonic 3D Blast. Both Twinkle Park songs and the Windy Valley song, which are... I think Gene Gadget, the Knuckles bonus stage, and Green Grove.
No. It's not Gene Gadget. It's Green Grove Zone. Green Grove Zone and Panic Puppet.
Oh, it's Panic Puppet,
1.
not Gene Gadget. Okay. I always get those 2 last stages mixed up for some reason.
It's fine. Speaking of Sonic Adventures, so I've been busy collecting some Sonic games of my own because, as I've expressed before, I am not a fan of the 3D Sonic games. But with that in mind, I have still gone out of my way to buy several of them because I still want to play them. At the end of the day, I still am a Sonic fan. And I think it's important for me to have my own opinions about the games, instead of, relying off of what people have said about them.
Yeah, the general consensus about a lot of these games is a bit wonky because the Sonic fanbase is notorious for being very vocal.
Yeah, I just like playing my classic games and minding my own business.
Yeah.
But even though I'm not a fan of the 3D Sonic games, I still think it will be fun to play through them. So that's what I did. And just earlier today, I went ahead and we went to a used game shop, and I got Sonic 06.
And I was questioning his thought process the entire time of that.
I told him it would be funny.
Which is probably true. But personally, I'm not the kind of person who enjoys biofascination.
Which is valid.
There are some people who like to play bad games on purpose for the lulz. I'm not one of those people.
I'm aware that there's a fan-made improvement of the game, which I also downloaded, which I will play after I play the original, so I can appreciate that.
Yeah. And honestly, say what you will about Sonic 06, there are things that game did right, and there are things that the game did very, 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 very wrong.
The loads and loads of loading.
Yeah, really.
So for those that have noticed, anytime I do a special stage, all the rings, the monitors, the little lights icons, they respawn.
The only thing that does not respond to the badniks, because that would screw up the intended progression of the game.
Yep. And since I do not see Tails or Knuckles, I'm going to go ahead and progress to the next section of this level.
Now you might be thinking, once you collect the 7 Chaos Emeralds, are we going to unlock Supersonic? The answer is
No!
no, we're not. What do you get for getting all 7 Chaos Emeralds?
An extra boss fight.
Exactly. That's it. You get an extra boss fight. You do not get anything else.
You do in the director's cut, but...
In the director's cut, he actually programmed in Supersonic.
Yes, which I think is really
but
cool.
the trade-off is, in the director's cut, you can only get 1 Chaos Emerald per zone.
Which I think is fair, because, you know, it's not, like, sometimes it's not fun being able to just get all 7 by, like, zone 2 or 3. Kind of ruins the fun of it, you know?
A little bit. But that means you can really only enjoy Supersonic for, like, the end of the game.
Yeah, but with the director's cut, you can just, like, it does have the zone select, so you can just go back and do it after you get all 7 emeralds. So it's not that bad.
And not to mention, doing so also fixes the difficulty curve of the special stages.
Indeed, so they actually look like they get harder. Because these stages are pathetically easy, but that's because I'm ruining the difficulty.
The interesting thing is the 3 versions of Sonic 3D Blast actually all have separate special stages. Yeah, you almost died. It's very easy to die after you leave a special stage because you lose all your rings. Anyway, the 3 different versions of Sonic 3D Blast all have different special stages. And the general fan consensus is that the Saturn version has the best of the special stages of any of them.
I haven't seen those ones yet.
They're actually very interesting.
How do they work?
They're kind of like the Sonic 2 special stages, except it's actually 3D.
Oh.
And,
oh no, the Super Sneakers.
Oh, the Super Sneakers are actually hot garbage in this game, because this is not a traditional Sonic game, and so speed is not helpful.
Speed is not helpful at all. And the camera does not help.
The camera is wonky at the best of times. But, as I was saying, the Sega Saturn bonus stages are true 3D, unlike this part, unlike the actual main game. And are basically upgraded versions of the Sonic 2 special stages. The PC special stages are kind of like a half step, and they're also based on the Sonic 2 special stages, but like less polished. But like they're not bad. They're just not as good as the Saturn version.
Understandable.
The Saturn special stage actually has an amazing special soundtrack. I'll show it to you between episodes, probably.
Yeah. Which way? Okay. I'm like, where the fuck do I go? There he is.
Hi, Tails.
Hi, buddy.
But yeah, my first exposure to Sonic 3D Blast was actually the PC port.
Really?
That was actually my, I believe, my first Sonic game.
That was your first?
I didn't particularly enjoy it, but, it is what it is. My other first Sonic game was Sonic R, and I love it to death, so...
I still race him in it occasionally, but he knows the tracks way better than I do.
Oh yeah, because I love the game so much, I have studied it in and out, and so I'm legitimately good at that game now. My main is Metal Sonic, who is not the best character in the game. That would probably be, well, it's obviously Super Sonic, but not counting obviously broken characters, the best character is probably Metal Knuckles. But
and you still beat me in the races because I don't know the tracks very well.
Yeah. So now we got 4 Chaos Emeralds, and we're out not even in Zone 2.
Yeah.
This has been the first video of the series, and they've already gotten half the Chaos
No!
Emeralds.
Don't check my rings!
He stole your rings.
He did.
What do you think? How does that make you feel?
He can make science stuff. Tails is a good boy.
Tails is a good boy. He doesn't need all those rings, though.
Yeah, I would have to say my favorite zone comes later in the game.
Whenever I play this game, I kind of stop playing in the next zone.
Yeah, I tried to have Thrall play, and he got stuck.
The thing about this game is the controls are wonky as frick.
Whereas I don't have an issue with it because I'm used to it.
it's kind of like a reverse version of the whole Sonic R thing we were talking about. Whereas because Saber grew up with this game and has a lot of experience with it, he doesn't struggle as much with the wonky controls as I do.
Yep, I play this game a lot.
That's another thing that the Sonic R has is wonky controls.
Oh yeah, it's a hot mess.
And no one's likely to defend the wonky controls of Sonic R. But one thing that the director's cut does actually fix is the controls. So they're
and the camera.
They're a little less touchy, and the camera is more responsive.
Yeah, like the camera follows Sonic better, so you have more of a view in front. You can't have that ticket from me. Wow.
Wow.
Sweet. No, get it, Sonic, please.
Extra life.
See if I can make it 2 extra lives.
I was gonna say, if you can get 100 rings, you get another extra life.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna try to do.
I wouldn't call Sonic 3D Blast a super hard game.
Oh no, I don't think it's very difficult at all.
If you're not used to the controls, it can be pretty annoying. But that's where it draws the line. It's less difficult and more obnoxious, if that makes sense.
Yeah, whereas I don't see the issue, but that's just me.
Like, my point is, it's not meant to be challenging, it's just the controls are slightly awkward, that's it.
Yeah, it's just a different style of Sonic play.
I also recently watched a YouTube video that was going through a bunch of the different Sonic games, and this video had compared Sonic 3D Blast to a game that a lot of people really freaking hate.
Oh no, which one is that?
Sonic Labyrinth.
I have never played that, and I heard horror stories about it.
Well, the thing about Sonic Labyrinth is it's actually not a horrible game. It's just people go into it with a mindset of trying to make it like a proper Sonic game,
right?
When it's really not.
I understand. So
it's still similar to this, but this game gets a pass, whereas Sonic Labyrinth does not.
Yeah, because you can at least sort of go fast in this one, whereas in Labyrinth you are made to go slow.
But the thing is, with Labyrinth, the spin dash in Labyrinth is the intended method of traversing the levels.
Really?
Yes. So that's where I'm getting at, where people approach that game with the wrong mindset, and it colors their impression of the game, and they give it an unfair assessment.
I understand. You know, that reminds me of just, like, other spin-off games. Because, like, it's not meant to be a traditional version of that game, it's meant to be something else in it completely. Like, I guess Hyrule Warriors or Final Fantasy Explorers. Hyrule Warriors is, well, a Warriors game, and Final Fantasy Explorers is basically Monster Hunter.
Well, that's the end of the second act of Green Grove, but we're not done quite yet. We still have one more challenge to go through before we can say goodbye to Green Grove, and that would be
a boss fight
against the evil Dr. Robotnik.
Eggbotnik. What's unique about the bosses here is that you can't just attack Eggman anywhere. You'll go and attack him in the cockpit.
Which is very unique for a lot of Sonic games. Most Sonic games, you can kind of attack Eggman anywhere that's not spiky.
Mm-hmm.
And what I really like, the little attention to detail here, is as you damage the boss, the cockpit becomes more cracked.
Yes, I really like that. Also, the boss music is really cool. Yeah, see, the cockpit's getting really cracked. And he starts moving faster and picking up the spike ball at a faster rate.
And there we go. He is defeated.
For now.
For now.
Less than a minute.
Less than a minute.
However, that's where I want to call it. We're going to start Rusty Ruin in the next episode. Thank you all very much for watching. This has been Phantom Saber.
And AllHailThrall.
See you later.